Let's get this started. This is a video that I want to actually make for a very long time actually. There are no such thing as a perfect story. You can't please everybody. Everybody got a different life, dislike, different perspective, different life experience, and they interpret things differently. Now, once you learn that, you can actually write a book. Cause a lot of people let that hinder them from finish their book. Like, it's not good enough. Where can people not gonna like it? A lot of people are not gonna like your book. A lot of people. And a lot of people gonna love your book. The same thing that people dislike about your book, another person will like about your book. And people need to realize that. They need to look outside of their perspective, their point of view, and realize that we are different. Now, before I dive into that, let me introduce John for the Jongravesshow.
Yo.
He been in a lot of my videos. I was about to introduce him because it should be, you should know who the hell he is by now, but for new people.
Of course
for new people.
It's me, we got our main man B2K, and I'm Ned Cannon, so you know.
Oh my fucking lord, bro. Oh my lord, this camera is incredible though. But anyway.
You definitely know it.
But anyway.
It's great. It's awesome.
But anyway, I'll bring this up because, I'll be already talked to my editor, you know what I'm saying? Unexpected Wonder. And he already...
Our editor, yeah.
Well, our editor, my editor, whatever.
Man, whatever. It's whatever. We pay the nigga, he adds commas, periods, and shit. It's all good.
That's what he do, but we do other things too, though. I appreciate it. But
it's also great.
It also a few things that he do that other people do too. They gotta realize a few things. For instance, like we were talking about like fighting, like he talked about a Rock Lee fight, right, versus Gara. He said that's the epitome of a great fight with the emotional aspects, and and all the aspects that went with it. I like that's nice and all, but I like it's the fight that Sean versus Dele Car that actually happened, Dele Corey, that actually happened around chapter 13, 14, and 15 of Mizuki. I like if that were animated, it'd be visually more impressive. He said, but visually more impressive do not equal quality. And when he stated that, I realized something, that people are self-centered when they actually think about certain things. Like for instance, to you, you think that quality gotta have emotional aspects in fights and stuff. To me, I welcome it if it plays right and not cheesy. You know what I'm saying? I like it, but it don't make the fight for me. You know what I'm saying? I like actual skills and technique behind something rather than emotional aspect. You know what I'm saying? It varies from person to person. And I would kind of let them know about that though. But what you think about that though, John?
Oh, I'll add to the emotional aspect of it because let's be real. I'll even use the same series, right? Because again, you look at the Rock Lee versus Gara thing and you say, hey, that's the epitome of a emotional combat scenario in an anime series, right? Well, here's the problem with that. Gara and Rock Lee have no relation to one another other than this weird little thing that Naruto lies about constantly. The whole thing of like hard work beating talent or some shit like that. But I'm like, every character is talented. But also on top of that too is like Rock Lee and Gara have no history. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can understand Gara's story later on. You get bits and pieces of his story of him coming up and what he's dealing with. But then when you look at like Rock Lee and everything, right? It's like, yeah, like you get his story only because that's the usual thing like that they do in most animes when some character, when they're doing something and then they are going to lose like horribly because there's no other place for me to put their backstory, so just put it there. And that's usually what they do, right? But a bigger example of that, which is what I always kind of hail as the greatest hand-to-hand fight in the Naruto series, which popped up in Shippuden, which is Kakashi versus Obito. Only because they have a long-standing history and they present it in a way to where that without instinct, it kind of shows their relationship of them doing this dance in which that they've been doing for years, like ever since they were kids. So it's something to kind of make you interested and say like, yeah, like this is a quintessential emotional battle. And I'm not talking about the fucking false one like that popped up like at the end of Naruto, where Sasuke and Naruto may like clash attacks and whatnot, and then go like into the ethereal world and see their past and whatnot of them holding index fingers and whatnot. Ain't no shit like that. I'm talking about like a actual story where that they actually have like history with one another. Because let's be real, like a lot of series like that, they try to play that whole thing of you have a history, you have this, right? We need to make it emotional. And some series are pretty good at doing that, and other series are pretty bad at doing that, right? Mind you, like, you know, when I look at the whole Rock Lee Gaara thing, it's a good attempt, but you clearly know why it's doing what it's doing. In terms of other series, on the other hand, is this a good example of, hey man, like let's get some emotion in there? Usually no, only because they're used to kind of like say, hey, this character is about to die, we need some emotion. Like that's usually like the whole thing in there. Like you see it a lot in Attack on Titan. So you can't really say like because that they're using that this is the perfect story in terms man, to get the perfect whatever. I'm like, like
Evil. The thing is though, like you just said, perfect story. There are people that shit on and completely hate Naruto, right? And there are people that love it. You know, there are people that will try to kill the creator for making things don't happen their way in it. You know what I'm saying? There are people that claim to not be fans but get offended at White Knight the series and try to protect it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know, that's why I'm getting at the whole thing. But another thing is, when you said that hard work beat talent, hard work only beat talent with talent don't work hard. That is the truth. Like how Shaquille O'Neal stated. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. It only beat talent.
The problem I always had with Naruto was the fact that Naruto would always try and paint it as like certain characters don't have
literally the strongest
talent,
person at birth.
And I'm like, every character in this show has talent. All of them do, right? The thing is,
except for 10-10, but continue.
Even 10-10, she has it too. The thing is just that they don't want to showcase the other characters. So that's kind of the only real problem with the show, right? Is the fact that you have these characters who have talent, who have skills, who can do everything that pretty much everybody else can do, but you just don't want to showcase those characters because, you know, the fans like that, they need to be bottlenecked and funneled, man, like to kind of only like 1 or 2 or 3 characters. And that's sadly how that show works.
You see how you see how you got a problem with that? I don't even give a damn about that.
I'm not even saying that it's a problem. I'm just saying that's just kind of how like that. Man,
I'm just saying that's the whole point of the damn video right there. You know what I'm saying?
Because again, right, like if I look at My Hero, which is again the opposite of Naruto, right?
Where they showcase all the characters.
That show gets way more hate than Naruto ever did, only because of the simple fact that they have a lot of characters. They try and do stuff with everybody, and some people, they just don't like that shit. It's just like, yo, man, like, give me 1 or 2 or 3 characters, and then, like, that's what I wanted.
It can get overwhelming when you actually focus on multiple characters, or you can have a very One Piece long-ass series.
Well,
if you do that as well.
Almost every series we watch today is One Piece length and shit. It's just that they have different subtitles and shit to kind of like.
Well, at least Naruto is
bucket to like a stop and shit.
If you think about it, the first one 270 episodes, the other one is like 500. Now we have Naruto that is almost at 200 itself, so that it's just as long as One Piece. The rest we sit back and think about it.
Pretty much.
But what about I say? Oh yeah, another thing is you already bring up, like, you get back on topic, even though we still on topic, is you know, like I said, like when it comes to like certain things are always up for debate. You know what I'm saying? There are no definitive way of saying things, like or doing things. Is what I mean to say. Like, you know, like for instance, I said that I know, like, it's sometimes I look at a story, I'm not impressed by certain things because I already seen it before. I've seen something like this in this one series, and and Pratt basically just said, "Well, I've seen things that never been done before." You can't say that. No, he said, "I seen things that never been done before."
That's an oxymoron.
You can't say that. Okay, maybe. Okay, like I personally haven't seen this done before. I never seen this be done before, but you can't say it's never been done before. Like it's a definitive fact. Because I ain't seen nobody else see this shit.
How can you see something that has never been done before? Because if you saw it, then it's been done before.
That too.
It's an oxymoron, man.
That's true, but another thing is the state something like that. It shows self-centered. That's how people always look at something. They always look at their point of view. Like when I say, like for instance, like him, for instance, he say that this show is amazing. I find it's repetitive. It's not repetitive because no, to you it's not repetitive, but to me it is. Don't tell me what is it and is it. It's not this and not that. It is to me, not to you, obviously, because I refuted what you just said. I hate when people do that. People do this all the time.
We've been living in this world, man, for so many years, man. I'm like, look, we know what is repetitive and what isn't, so it's not that.
Yeah, but it is what. See, the thing is, though, it could be like, oh, I see. Okay, you just like, okay, they were inspired in this. Oh, you can compare it to something, but it can be different. It can be done in its own unique way. But you could see a lot of things that did something similar to what you're doing. Like, let's say Sean got the ability to teleport. You see people warp all the time in Final Fantasy. You see Minata do it. You know what I'm saying? You compare shit all the time, but it's about how things are done differently, how you explain things. You can have your execution is the key. Yeah, and that's the thing. People need to understand that, and that's the thing. Or to completely be on topic, people when somebody dislike a character, for instance, I hate this character, this and that, this and that. Someone could actually love that character, and that's the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never let one person's opinion, let's say somebody don't like your story or they think that you ain't going to correct the direction, and don't let that discourage you from finishing your book, because for one, it's just one man or one woman or whatever you identify yourself as opinion, and
it's your vision. It's
your vision. Like I said earlier, the same thing that somebody would dislike, another person will fucking love. Like, I hate Ashina Mairame. She a zombie bag of right. She annoying. You know what I'm saying? Infuriating or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She a narcissist. And somebody, man, I love her. She badass. She's funny. She don't take no shit for nobody. It depends on. It's very person to person.
Some people to this day still want to see Vegeta outshine Goku in everything he does. Some people still hold out hope for that. Some people still love Trunks. Some people still hold out for Gohan. Some people, they love Frieza. Some people, they want Cellman to come back. I mean, you never know what you're going to get, mostly because of the simple fact that whatever's going on out there, I mean, somebody has love for it. Some people, like, they have hate for it. Like, it's a spectrum. It goes from, like, what must be loved and must be hated is what it is, right? Now, mind you, you can listen to the people in terms of saying, like, this is my story and I want them to do this and do that. And, like, I may want to listen to what they got to say about it. However, in that same breath, though, you try, man, to, like, just make something and put it out there. Just make a story and put it out there. Like, it's your story, is what you want to be, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's why that thing, like, man, whenever someone's like, yo, man, like, I like this series, but I wish, like, I remember telling you that a long time ago, which was, if you play a game, or if you have a favorite musical artist, or like a favorite movie, or favorite anything, right? Any form of entertainment in which that you like to digest, whether that be movies, video games, whatever, right? I am pretty sure that anybody who is watching this video who has made it to this point can openly say that there's something about it that they don't like, something about it that they would want to change, something about it that they wish wasn't there, something about it like that they would replace it with something else, something about it like that they wish that it never happened. You know what I mean? Like, there are plenty of works of fiction, music, or whatever, right? You don't like every song, man, like that your favorite artist makes. You don't like every song like that they put out. You don't like every movie, man, by like this certain director. You don't like every movie, man, like that man is supposed to be in your past and whatnot. Because look, let's be real, right? I know a lot of people who love Baby Boy that like they love that damn movie. I don't like it. It's something about it. I just don't like that movie. But you know,
I could refute everything you say about Baby Boy, but then again, it's personal preference. It's personal preference.
I'm just saying, man, like that.
You have your right to not
really like it as much as everybody.
Like we want to bring this up because, like, for instance, like
I know some people, like, before you go, like I know some people who don't like Friday.
They are coastal shrines. I won't say that right now, but they're like, for instance, I bring this up because you know, like I said, already Pratt, we already have all types of conversations or whatever, but it's just one thing about Naruto versus Hiei that triggered this video.
Oh yeah, right? This beautiful thing, the video that I should have edited like a motherfucker, but I just didn't.
That trigger. I ain't want to say anything, but
I'm gonna redo that video, and I am going to edit the fuck out of it because I gotta put it out there. I have to put it out there. I just didn't edit it.
The thing is, why I say that, you know, like we all are different or whatever. We got different opinions, different views and stuff or whatever. For instance, I find when guys are arguing about fictional characters, like anime characters, I find that lame, right? I find it lame. Like, y'all grown ass men arguing about cartoons. It's lame to me. I mean, y'all bringing out, hey, he moved 10 times faster than the speed of light, 50 times faster than the speed of light, they galactic level, solar level, star level. That shit lame as fuck to me, okay? No, it's not lame. It's not lame. How can you tell me it's not lame, okay? I know it's not lame, you're lame, man, because you the one that's saying it and doing it. You can do what you can do. You do what you do, whatever, but to me, it's lame. And people need to realize they need to accept other people's opinions, okay? Stop being bigots, whatever. Stop being that.
You got it. And also, man, to piggyback off of that too, let's be real. To me, any argument that boils down from being civil conversation to one person getting emotional and running off and doing whatever the fuck, to me, that's the lame part of it. It doesn't matter if that shit is real shit. It doesn't matter if it's about sports. It doesn't matter if it's about, man, like fucking solar system and space and shit. Once you start, man, throwing temper tantrums and wanting, man, like, man, to fucking run off or whatnot and start disregarding, man, like the other motherfucker's argument, at that point, you a child to me. Yeah. That's just kind of how I look at it.
And that's how I look at it. When
it don't
you
matter
already
what it
look
is. It's like if someone's like, hey man, you know what I mean, like you probably shouldn't buy a car because X, Y, and Z, right? And then like you start like stomping your feet and shit and slamming doors. At that point, you're a fucking child. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, anime is the worst part of it though. But I'm like, yo man, like,
but it ain't always kind of compare it to video games, for instance. Like, when people argue about video games, people call that lame. I never deny that. People do call that lame. However, but you can't compare the two. Let me explain why. Video games, sure, it's not a real thing, but it's a physical product that I can actually test. Meaning there are actual like literal fucking specs that you can compare. Benchmark that you compare. You can take an Xbox One and a PS4 and compare the performance of both of them in your house with two different damn TVs to see which one run faster. There are sales that actually back up like which one sell better, or like either soft rated sale or hard rated sales. All that there is logical facts. Okay, you can argue about something like that, even basketball facts. However, when you get into actual goddamn anime characters from different planets and different worlds and stuff like that,
there are too many animes to kind of like.
You cannot do it. You can't. You take it too fictional power that don't exist and just start arguing about it. It's just lame to me. But then again, to another person, it may be just okay. It may be a fun day, a fun Tuesday. But to me, it's lame as fuck. And that's what I get at, man. People need to accept other people's opinions, man. Like, seriously.
I mean, dude, also remember too, man, like, you know, we grew up, man, like in that fucking era and shit, man, where people used to outright like bully people who used to like do different things than what they were doing.
Dog, Harry Potter, Star Trek. I ain't look at Harry Potter until I was out of school because everybody that watched it would deem as a damn loser. Like when I was talking about Dragon Ball Z, like, oh, they so lame to back there talking about cartoons. I'm like,
it was always a girl saying that shit.
It be the girls.
It was always a girl. Because, man, like, cause let's be real.
The same girl that called me lame, though. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Don't kiss and tell. But go ahead.
The same girls, man, like that man did that shit. Like, they didn't have any goddamn hobbies. So you already knew, man.
No hobbies. Hell, like a girl could think that, for instance, you see a collection of games behind me. We play real games. Oh, you a loser. You only sit around and play video games all day. And I barely even play them. Don't play them as much. I type more than I play video games, to be honest with you.
For now.
You know, I got a book to get out. That would been hindering me making all these YouTube videos because I was like focuses on writing. Like it take a lot of time out my day, especially fucking with you because our video be going to 15, 20 to 30 damn minutes for some reason. Where we at right now? Where we at right now, bro?
We're 20 minutes because, man, we're friends, and that's what friends do. They talk about certain subjects, and they give 100% of their
opinion, uncut. Like I said, they're a very intelligent guy. You know, he's smart, he's cool. I don't agree with like at least 85% of the guys what the guys say.
He says a lot of disagreeable things, so that's about it.
Or he tell me that the books should go in this pace. Like, for instance, like some people like fast-paced stories. Like by book 2, Sean, it should be 25 or something like that. Or book 3 should be 25. Go from 14 to 25. The thing is this: some people like slower-paced story where you can fluff out the story and develop the character. Some people like that. Some people like shit to go directly into the plot. Some people don't care about dialogue, like him. For he don't care for dialogue, right? Some people think
it's perfectly fine.
Some people think that dialogue make the story, like the character make the story. Some people think it should be plot central. Some people think it should be character driven. That's the whole purpose of this whole thing here, right? Do what the fuck you want to do, okay? Just do what you do. It's your story. Don't listen to anyone unless they got something positive to say that could happen. Like, cause they did say something that actually impact my story that made it better, but I didn't listen to them like as in pacing issues. So
that wasn't a positive thing, dude. But like that shit, man, was him talking shit and whatnot, and you got pissed off because he wouldn't shut up about it. And honestly,
I did something to shut him up. But yeah, sometimes you do stuff like that too.
Be careful with people who give you compliments too, because some people who give you compliments, sometimes they give you those things and they don't really care about your story.
It's good. It's a good story. Yeah, it's amazing, but they don't give a fuck. They lying. It could be. They probably even read it. You got generally ask questions.
Gonna set you the hell up and gonna set you up to fail. Like listen, you gotta take that shit with a grain of salt.
Cause like I don't agree with Jongravesshow because she said she don't read none of her reviews. I don't agree with that. You should read your reviews. But if you want to do that, that's on her. But in order to grow and a sale get better as an author, you should read those.
To keep people interested in what you putting out,
or what you fucking up on, you can improve the desk. Like, you know what? Mizuki was only 3 days long, and only 3 days in this first book of the book, like 600 pages. What the hell, Sean? It should be at least like a month or two went past or something.
It's one book. It's fine.
You speed up the page in the next book. A month
time
passed.
Skips happen, right? If I can be real with you, we don't even really understand, man, the time scale and half the animes we watch and shit until like.
Right, how long he knew this broad? They already in love, like Concord Eden, for instance. Which is a book that we gonna review pretty soon.
I get Trishka. She's known him all her life. The rest
she know all everybody else.
That's just
like his name is Daniel too. His name is Daniel too, by the way. The main character of Eden. I love him. Like you love him. But you only knew it for like 3 days. Oh, I would just like those witches a while back. You mean 4 days ago? Like it's insane.
I blame it on the quote unquote nature that they keep saying is their hormones. Like just say hormones, nigga. Like that is what it is. But then again, like they're backwards woods people who live in villages and shit. So you know. But then again, I'm like,
but they got toilet paper though,
because they're monster women. So I guess that's supposed to be the reason because they're monsters and shit. So So like that they like more because they're somewhat animals at heart and shit. But you know, I guess
don't
that's
know.
the point.
We'll dive directly into that though. But the moral to this whole story is this: write what you write. You can't. If you go into it real life that you can't please everybody. You know what I'm saying? As long as you write a story that you deem worthy of putting out into the public, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody fry. I hate them when they fly in the house. But anyway, don't let nobody control your story because you gotta please everybody, you're gonna end up fucking up something. You're
Just
gonna
have
make
fun with
it a jumble mess. So do what you do.
Just have fun with it, man. Cause there are a bunch of crazy ass series that are on the internet in which that I like that could be argued, man, like are just nothing. You know what I mean? Like what was it? Like you can just watch like Index or something like that. Like something like that most people would kind of just look at and be like, yeah, that's kind of silly. Or Data Alive or something like that. You know what I mean? Just a regular
Or
anime
Log
or regular TV show.
Horizon, the epitome, as you said.
I mean, man, those first 5 episodes are really good, and then afterwards it went straight downhill, like to like Averageville. But you know,
average, it almost unwatchable at some points, bro.
oh, of
But
course,
that's just my
especially
opinion.
in season 2, right?
Oh my god,
I mean?
season 2 was terrible.
You know what I mean? But I'm like, or at least like, if it's not dealing with Shiro, it's bad. If it has Shiro in it, it's really good. But
it's all focused on them kids. Like, bro, what is you doing, man?
You don't care about these guys. You know what I mean? But like, like Grimger or like Death March or.
And some people said Grimger is a terrible anime. Yeah, I believe it's a good anime. Once again, my point.
Of course, some people say that
some people don't like
is a bad anime. But you know what I mean?
People,
I'm like, no, it's not.
You said who? Goblin Slayer. Yeah. That because that first impression of that first episode, they looked at it.
That's not even like a real good excuse, right? Because like these same people look at Berserk, and I'm like, yo, I love Berserk, but that's a terrible anime.
Did he get raped in the butt?
Yes.
You see, that's the thing right there. So it's okay for a man to get raped, but you still watch that when a girl get raped.
So did his girl.
I'm not gonna talk about rape like it don't mean anything because that is terrible. People should not do that. I mean you can like, literally buy pussy or dick. Like literally.
It happened to Casca. It happened to.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible when people do that. But
sold him up, man.
It makes sense in Goblin Slayer because the simple fact that goblins need women as livestock to procreate. They need women. There are no goblin women, so they impregnate human women.
That series, man, like if you're looking at slime, then yeah, there are a lot of them. Then.
Yeah, with some big ass goblin gleam titties. Woo, jiggle. But anyway, let's finish this off though and get that eating video so I can get into typing. We've been making a whole lot of videos today. Right. But anyway, we out of here. Have a good one.